Good afternoon, villagers. How are you doing? This is Arnie. You're watching Pepper Tree Villa, and it's your time for your daily dose of Disney. I certainly hope you're all having a good day. It's been a little rough around here at work. Currently, I am working on unpacking my desk and making sure that everyone else is taken care of, as everyone seems to be coming to me to help with their their issues at their desks. And I understand. Hi, Pam. Thank you for being there. Uh, it's it's crazy busy around my office, but you know what? It's okay. Hello, Mike. Hi, Freedom and Amy. Thank you so much for being here, everyone. Hey, Patrick, zippity doodad. Hey, you're going to be busy tonight. You're hosting a show tonight on your channel, but I'll talk about that in a little bit. Hi, Dylan. How you doing? It's time for your daily dose of Disney. Hello, little darling. Thank you for being here. Appreciate that. Uh, on this day, actually, there are several things that happened on this day. Hello, Neville. It's been, it's my birthday next time. Okay. Hi, Dylan. If it's your birthday, happy birthday. Hello, Todd. Thank you for being here. It is September 4th, 2019. So let's go back in history on this day. In 1922, there was a Laugh-O-Gram cartoon that was actually released. It was called Jack and the Beanstalk. It was directed and co-animated by Walt Disney himself. He did some animation on the Laugh-O-Grams. And on this day in 1922, it was released, Jack and the Beanstalk. Then in 1937, on this day, there was a formal story conference at the Disney Studios. They were feverishly working on Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs. However, they also wanted to make sure they had other projects in the pipeline so that once not Mary Poppins, Snow White was done, then they could continue on with the next project. That project was Bambi. Unfortunately, Bambi was actually postponed. Instead, they started production on Pinocchio to make sure that one got going. And Pinocchio is the second animated feature that was released by the Disney Studios. Beautifully done film, probably to this day still the benchmark or the gold standard for animation, hand-drawn animation. Just incredible. In 1942, on this day, Disney's Goofy cartoon How to Play Baseball is released. Okay, now I don't know if you're a fan of Goofy or know much about these cartoons, but I'm a huge fan. I love watching Goofy learn how to fly when he's commuting in traffic. Hysterical. All these how-to things, the Sport Goofy cartoons, fantastic, just so funny. Yeah, I love Goofy too, Neville. Freedom does too. Oh, look, everyone loves Goofy. Yeah, I love Goofy. Just awesome character. In 1995, there was a cartoon that was released, an animated feature by the Disney Studios. It was called Pocahontas. When that was released in the theater, Disneyland started a show at the Fantasyland Theater called The Spirit of Pocahontas. On this day in 1997, almost 2.5 years later, they performed their last performance of The Spirit of Pocahontas. I was living in Southern California during the show's run, and it was a good show. I could always tell it was the end when they blew all the colorful leaves at the end. You know, Disney loves to have confetti or streamers or whatever. They blew colored leaves, reminiscent of the movie. Hello, Only Passengers. Thanks for joining. Thank you for being here. For those of you in the stream, if you've not caught Only Passengers, make sure you catch them. They do a daily question that they put out there on their channel. Go out and check it out. It's pretty entertaining. So, Only Passengers, thanks for being here. Also in 1997, a decision was made at Buena Vista Home Entertainment. Up until this point, they'd been doing videotapes, lots of videotapes on Betamax and VHS. They eventually just went to VHS. But on this day, Buena Vista Home Entertainment in 1997 announced that they were entering the DVD market. Yeah, can you believe it? 1997, 22 years ago, Disney entered the DVD market. And they never looked back from that because now DVDs are still out there. They're still releasing them. However, Blu-rays, of course, are catching up. And then, who knows? Maybe it'll just be strictly digital download anytime soon. We just don't know when that's going to happen, but it is happening. And of course, Disney Plus is coming November 12th, and I will definitely be a subscriber on day one. Okay, in 2001, if you didn't catch my Twitter feed or my Instagram post today, I posted a picture of Tokyo Disney Sea. I did that specifically because on this day in 2001, Tokyo Disney Sea had its grand opening at the Tokyo Disney Resort. It became the 9th Disney theme park in the world at that time. Freedom, you're already signed up for Disney Plus. Good for you. I know there are others in our village that have done that. I know Steve, for instance. Steve has already done that. Oh, hello. This particular date that I mentioned, 2001, happens to be a week before the September 11th attacks. And on that date in 2011, there were still some of the Imagineers in Tokyo. They were not able to make it home. After that point, they had to stay longer. Their flights were delayed because of, well, everything was happening around the world at that time. So yeah, that was in 2001. In 2004, Florida's major Central Florida resorts and theme parks, including Walt Disney World, closed due to Hurricane Francis. Does that sound familiar with Hurricane Dorian having just blown by? Not much really happened with that along the Central Florida, so thankfully nothing happened there. However, I understand it's still possible. Mike Wheeler, Hong Kong. Thank you. Yes. And Mike has been giving me regular updates on the hurricane in his area in Florida. Mike, thank you so much. I really appreciate that. So nice to know that everything is safe in your area. Thank you for letting me know. But on this day in 2004, Hurricane Francis was going through, and it was only the second time ever since 1971 that Walt Disney World had to close. So that's pretty significant. I mentioned the Tokyo Disney Sea Resort earlier, and that one comes up again now in 2006 because another Tower of Terror opened in Disney parks around the world. This time it was Tokyo Disney Sea that got a version. And the thing is, their version has nothing to do with the Twilight Zone. They came up with an entirely new theme for this attraction. My guess is that if Twilight Zone Tower of Terror ends its licensing agreement with CBS, and my guess is that's coming soon, they may be going this direction of coming up with a new storyline, keeping the tower. It won't be Guardians of the Galaxy. I think it'll be more like this. Listen to the description that they have in Tokyo. It's pretty cool. It's themed as the Hotel Hightower in 1890s New York City. The hotel is owned by an eccentric billionaire by the name of Harrison Hightower III. He disappeared. Oh, let's see. He said, yep, everything's good here, just getting lots of gusts of wind. I wanted to go outside in the umbrella and play Mary Poppins. Very good. So the Hotel Hightower was owned by Harrison Hightower III. He disappeared on December 31st, 1899, while taking the elevator up to his private quarters shortly after taking a mysterious idol of a trickster spirit called Shiriki Utundu. Shiriki Utundu. Say that 3 times fast. But he took that from an ancient civilization in Africa, and he disappeared. So that's the story at the Tower of Terror in Tokyo, at Tokyo Disney Sea. Hi, Lorena. Thank you for joining. I didn't see you pop in. Thanks for being here. In 2013, Epcot reopens its place called Fountain View. Formerly, it was a quick service spot for ice cream, but it has become the park's home for Starbucks coffee and other products. Fountain View is the second Starbucks location at the Walt Disney World Resort, and that was in 2013, 6 years ago. So Starbucks has graced their appearance at Epcot for 6 years now. In 2014, this is kind of interesting. They were celebrating the 40th anniversary at this time in Walt Disney World of the Hoop-Dee-Doo Revue. It was an ongoing celebration. So I don't know exactly how long the 40th anniversary was celebrated, but it went on for quite a while. But this was the first ever reunion of the original Pioneer Hall players. And they helped celebrate the ongoing 40th anniversary of the Hoop-Dee-Doo Review at Disney's Fort Wilderness. The original cast were college students back in June 1974 when the show first premiered. That's pretty cool, because that's about the time my sister's age. She was a college student starting in the fall of 1974, so it was about that time. Mike Wheeler, you are probably right about that. But it is, again, Shiriki Utundu. I'm not exactly sure what language it is. It could be Swahili, it could be another language. Disney does like to use Swahili. For the instance, the name Simba means lion in Swahili, but that's about it. So, as I mentioned earlier, Patrick was going to be hosting a show. This and That is going to be on his channel tonight at 9 Eastern, 6 Pacific. But before their show, D&G Explorers goes live, and frequently they've been going on at 8 p.m. Eastern, 5 p.m. Pacific. So check out D&G Explorers. Derek and Gregory are our support channel. And Derek and Gregory are two fantastic guys. I just love hanging out with them. They've been very supportive with the situation that Doug and I have been going through over the last week. And we couldn't be more thankful and happy for their love and support during our time that we've been experiencing in our personal lives. That is about it. It's starting to get a little windy out here. So, so that's what it said, Mike? No wonder I didn't quite understand it. It is Wednesday. Ben, I believe, is working on an edit for Life with Ben. I'm not sure what Life with Ben is going to be like about this week, but my guess, it's going to have something to do with the trip that Ben, Doug, and I recently took to Southern California. So check out Life with Ben tomorrow morning. That will drop live most likely at 10 a.m. Eastern, 7 a.m. Pacific. And then, of course, I'll be back tomorrow with another episode of the Daily Dose of Disney. PTV3D will be here every day, as far as I can tell. As long as I can keep it up, I will continue to do this. Neville, thank you so much for being here, everyone. Freedom, thank you. Amy, and all those else in the chat today, thank you so much for spending your afternoon with me for this brief moment. I'd better get back into the office and continue with cleaning up my desk. I've got to unpack boxes now for the new location that I'm at now on the second floor. What I'll do is I'll take some pictures of the area once it's all set up, and I'll post those on Instagram and maybe on Twitter as well. But I'll kind of describe what the space is like for you. Everyone, thank you so much for spending this time with me. Oh, Mike, thank you. You're amazing as well. Everyone, have a great evening, and everyone, have a great, big, beautiful tomorrow. I'll see you tomorrow. Bye.